Welcome back to CBS This Morning. We have more on this morning's joint advisory from the CDC and the FDA calling for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to be temporarily shelved in the United States. This vaccine has already been given to 6.8 million Americans. And now investigators are looking into 6 cases of blood clots, all in women, all under the age of 48, who received that vaccine. CBS News medical contributor David Agus joins us now. Dr. Agus, good morning to you. It's concerning that the FDA and the CDC are making this recommendation ahead of an advisory meeting tomorrow rather than just wait for the meeting. Suggests they think there's something urgent here.
Yeah, certainly. I think everyone is upset here is that there's a similar vaccine, AstraZeneca, that's also what we call an adenovirus vaccine, where blood clots were seen also in really small numbers. And so when you're seeing it with 2 different vaccines that have some similarity, we get really worried. And so tomorrow morning, there'll be an advisory meeting where they'll review these 6 cases and see whether they think they are related to the vaccine or not and what to do. So the hope is we could develop a plan to prevent these from happening.
6.8 million Americans already have this vaccine. I think everyone at the table, a lot of people watching right now, know somebody who has it. Yeah. How soon after getting it might you see these concerning symptoms?
So all of the cases happen 6 to 13 days after the vaccine, and they noted pain in the abdomen or pain, headache, and that caused them to go to the hospital. 5 of the 6 were treated efficiently, were treated differently than the average blood clot, because here platelet counts are down and you have to give a special drug that reverses it. And unfortunately, one of the patients has died from the blood clot.
How worried should you be if you have the J&J vaccine? I'd be a little freaked out right now if I had gotten J&J. Yeah, but how worried? I know you keep saying that, and all the experts say it's extremely rare, but we keep hearing these drumbeat of stories about J&J. So if you've had it, how worried should you be?
Well, listen, you have to monitor yourself. And if you have any symptoms where you have pain and it's unexplainable, go to an emergency room right away. And doctors around the country are now aware of this and they know how to treat it. So the key is, listen to your body. And if you start to feel pain somewhere and, or swelling somewhere, you need to go in to the doctor and be evaluated. It's easy to treat once we've identified it. But yeah, I mean, listen, it's horrible, absolutely horrible. I wish that hadn't happened. It's going to put a wrench in what's going on with the vaccines, all of the vaccines, and we need to figure this out and develop a national plan to move forward.
David, and we want to emphasize again, it's 6 cases out of 6.8 million doses that have been administered. But is what you're saying, you said the symptoms develop, 6 to 13 days afterwards. Does that mean that if you have passed like 2 weeks from getting the vaccine, you are probably clear?
That's a great point. Yeah, so what we know, I mean, at least from this and the AstraZeneca, if you're past 2 weeks, you are clear. And, it's not probably going to happen then. If you're worried about anything, your doctor can check a blood test and look if your platelet counts are low or look for a particular type of antibody that's associated with this. So there is a blood test they can look for. But I would only do so if you had symptoms and are worried.
Does it affect women more than men?
Yes. It's only women. All 6.
Yes.
In this case, but yeah, is that how it goes? Always women more than men?
The AstraZeneca one, it's majority women, and it seems to be associated because women are more susceptible to this type of blood clotting, but it's not exclusively. So there are some men in Europe that have been seen, but in the United States to date, it's only women and women who are under the age of 50, so premenopausal women.
David, we do have to go, but I want to point out that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine are made of a different technology, different platform, and so far, anyway, and you correct me if I'm wrong, these concerns have not been brought up in relation to that platform.
No, there have been hundreds of millions of Pfizer and Moderna with none of this seen, and it appears to be related to the adenovirus, what we call the carrier